weekend, so I'm really excited. And I've done a couple, and they've turned out really good. So I'm going to let you all know how you do it. You start out with some of these. They're knitting needles. They come in like really big, or you can get them in smaller sizes. The smaller sizes are easier to work with, so I would recommend those. And this is the type of yarn that you use. It's called sachet, but it kind of looks like this. The bigger the hole, the looser the scarf. So just depending on what you want. It comes in all kinds of different colors. So I mean, just for about any outfit you can make, you can have one. This one is what I'm currently working on. It's just a lacy white scarf. But to start one, you take it and you spread it apart, and you can kind of see the holes. So these are smaller holes, so it's a little bit more tedious, but I mean, it's still fun. You take your needle from behind, and you start a little bit inward from the raggedy edge, because you don't want that to accidentally rip and then you're SOL with your stuff. So you take it in behind one of these holes, and you just feed it through. And I do 6 of these little things, 6 of these strings right here across the needle, because it's a good even mix between the tight scarves and the looser scarves, because it makes them fatter or skinnier, and so I like the skinnier ones. But with this, you'll just string your needle like this, and so on the top you can count 6 of these strings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And to actually do this, you're going to take a needle, and you're going to go through, I don't want this to be too blurry for you, you're going to go through the top hole right here, and you're going to feed it out. So you're going to make it like a cross, and you're going to cross it behind. And then with the rest of your yarn, or your knitting stuff, I'm not really sure what you're supposed to call it, but you take the next hole, so this hole right here, you're going to take it and you're going to overlap it on this needle. And once you overlap it with this needle, you're going to bring it down into like a cross and feed it up through, and then pull it off. And you're going to continue to do this through the first of your scarf, and then you're just going to continue this until you get a scarf. So you just keep feeding it, make a cross, pull it off, and then see how it makes the ties right here. The one that I'm working on, I can show you a little bit better about how it works. This is what it will look like once you get started and you're almost finished. It's very therapeutic, I've found. You just pull it through here. You'll find your technique once you get started. It's to each its own with the patterns or the ways you use. Pull down, make a cross, pull it off, and you just continue to do this. It's a little bit monotonous, but hey, it works. It usually takes a couple hours to do a scarf, or could be up to 3 maybe. It just depends on how fast you work and how many you've done, and so all that is a factor in making these. So it's kind of a personal battle, I would say. But once you get started, for example, this is the tight one like I told you earlier, and this is what it looks like. There are different kinds. There's another one that I've made, and it is a fatter type and more loose. And they come in between these, tighter, loose, more loose, just about everything. But I'll show you another round of the hoops, and then I'll show you how to finish it, because that's the complicated part. Once you figure it out, you'll be smooth sailing. You'll be able to do any of these you want. Sometimes you'll end up with 5 or 6 of these or 5 or 7 of these strings on here. If you end up with 5, just add one like you added at the beginning of the video. Or if you have 6, or if you have 7, I normally just, instead of doing 1 string, I do 2. So for example, I would take, see if I had 5 over here and 2 more over here, I would take these both under this needle and then do it normally. So you could just get rid of one of them. Because on the whole grand scheme of the scarf, you're not going to tell whether it's 5 or 6. You're not going to be able to tell. So once you've got this far, this is where you start ending your scarf. To end it, you will do this normally. So you'll come in through here, make a loop, and finish it. And then on the second one, you're going to make a loop and do it again. But when you get to this part, you're going to take the back loop right here, and you're going to pull it over the front. Just pull it over so you're left with 1 on here. Then you do your second hoop, pull it around, and then do this again. And you'll do this until you finish. It's not really hard, it's just some people, if you have fat fingers, it's harder to grab that back yarn. But you can also, if you have a spare one, you can pull it up too. So, and the looser ones are easier to grab, unlike this one. It's kind of tough. Pull it around. Pull it off. Okay, so through with that. So we're going to pull this off at the top, and you're left with 1 hoop. Do not, I repeat, do not pull your thing out of there, because if you do, you will unravel and you will have nothing left, and you are going to be really, really upset. But you're going to take the end of your string and you're going to pull it through this loop, and then pull your hoop, then your pin out, your knitting needle. So you're going to have this inside of that hoop. Okay? And when you do that, you're going to just kind of twist it a little bit and tie it in a knot and pull it as close as you can to the end, because when you're finished with your scarf, you won't be able to see it. And then you cut, take a pair of scissors, and you cut this off right about there, so you have enough between the knot so it won't unravel. And then when you go to wear the scarf, it's going to be pulled over like this. So this particular one is about that long. So, and I like it because you have the sparkles in it and stuff. So there's an example of one, but like I said, they come in many different colors and different sizes, so Pick your poison. Thanks.